Hey, Mayong Hapon, everybody. Good afternoon. This is Ned over at My Philippine Dreams. But since you are my patrons, my Patreons, I guess you already know that. I've been intending to do something special and something special on an ongoing basis for the people that have been contributing on our Patreon month to month. And I'm going to start with this video. So you're going to find two things in this message that you're going to be receiving. You'll be getting a link to this video, which is actually on my Philippine Dreams YouTube, but it's going to be private, and the only people that are going to be able to see it are the people that have the links to the video. You're also going to find a physical copy or a digital copy, physical digital copy, not a link to the book, the most up-to-date copy of the book, Chasing Your Philippine Dream, an expat's guide to the Philippines. That'll be also enclosed in this. First of all, I just want to thank my Patreons. Right now, I got 9 patrons. I don't know what to call them. I'm just going to give you a quick shout out and privacy, so I won't be saying your last names or just your last initial. So Christopher, Daniel, Dave H, Ed, Enrico. Enrico, thank you so much. You've been a patron for a very long time, and I really appreciate the support. Jim, John, Sherwin, I didn't realize you were in my Patreon. I just noticed today, so thank you. And also Don and Maribel, who have been with us for a while, also over at the Philippines, Our Journey Together. Uh, so right now I got 9 Patreons, and I really appreciate each and every bit because recently YouTube has demonetized a lot of my videos. All the videos that I've done that are considered controversial, according to advertisers, such as anything having to do with crime, like the murder videos I did, human trafficking, anything like that, has been demonetized. So every little bit helps. We just got back from Dipolog last night. We spent 2 days over there visiting Lynn's family. I like going over to Dipolog. I really like their boulevard over there, the cheap mango shakes. Plus, it's just a lot different than Dumaguete because there's a lot less foreigners, and the experience is just a little bit different. We came back on a different ferry yesterday, and this, let me tell you, this is the first time I have experienced a super rolling ferry. Before we had even left the protected bay area at Tapitan Port, the ship was rolling severely. Matter of fact, it was rolling so bad that you couldn't see the horizon at all out of the side windows. When it rolled to the left, you couldn't see the horizon. All you could see was the seawater. It even got to a point where other Filipinos on board were starting to freak out, and they sent somebody from the crew around to tell everybody that it was going to be okay. And fortunately, everything turned out okay. So we're back. We're back and better than ever. Channel history. I created this channel back in January of 2013. Man, that seems like such a long time ago. It was. It's 5 years ago. 5 years ago, yeah. And up to this point, it's got about 9 million views and a bit over 30,000 subscribers. I originally created the channel just to document my experience as a wet behind the ears green foreigner coming to live in a foreigner land. I wasn't very well traveled. The only real traveling I'd done before was as a child, which I remember nothing of, and in the military. When you're traveling in the military, it's not really like traveling. You're just basically with the military. So I did it to document, and basically I realized after a while that I was chronicling a whole series of misadventures, a lot of mistakes I was making. I tried to bring some humor into it. We did the travel videos. We just a whole bunch of different things that we tried to do. Um, and I'm proud. I mean, there's a lot of things that I'm proud of. It's a lot of work. Creating a channel from scratch is a lot of work. Um, and basically, when you first start, you're basically getting no compensation for it. And even now, even with 30,000 plus subscribers and 9 plus million views, I don't even think you're making minimum wage. Once you figure out all the time you got to do for the filming, for the editing, learning new editing techniques, rendering the video, uploading it with Philippine limited upload speeds, you realize that it takes a lot of time and a lot of energy. So I'm proud. I'm most proud of the travel videos that I've done. I really enjoy traveling around and doing the videos, putting in some music. It's a lot of editing. Those videos alone are very labor intensive. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of energy. But those are the ones I enjoy doing. Unfortunately, people don't seem to like the travel videos too much. The most popular videos are ones having to do with scams or videos having to do with relationships and women in the Philippines. But I still like doing my travel videos. Things I don't like about YouTube. Um, the trolls. I've accumulated about 30 to 40 trolls that every time I do a video they come on, and they're some of the earliest people to come on first and give me a thumbs down on the videos. I've also got some other people like Peter Van Dumpster, Aaron Wilson, and people like that that I'm dealing with. So I don't like the trolls. The whole, and again, Google and YouTube is anonymous. So you got these anonymous subscribers or anonymous commenters coming in, sometimes saying horrible things about you, sometimes saying horrible things about other vloggers because they've been banned from the other vloggers' site. And dealing with that internet craziness is not enjoyable. I also don't like controversy. I recently got caught up in some controversy, and a lot of it was generated because of something I said. And I don't enjoy that part of it. The parts I like are going out, traveling around, documenting what I'm doing, trying to have some fun with it, trying to share some laughs, and show what the Philippines is really like, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And the final thing I don't like about YouTube is the privacy issues. Or not the privacy issues, but just the fact that there's certain things that go on in my life that I can't talk about due to respecting other people's privacy, other people's that have been in relationships with me or that I know. I have to respect their right to privacy and not talk about certain things. And that's been difficult because I did want to talk about it and I did want to share it. And it was nothing bad that I wanted to talk about, nothing bad that I wanted to share. But again, out of due respect for those people, you just can't be talking about it. Medical issues. I got a few medical issues going on. As you know, I did that whole self-administered TRT thing, testosterone replacement therapy, which turned out to be a horrible decision. And I've been off it. The last injection I had was June 9th, so I went through the whole post-cycle therapy. I was taking Clomid. I was taking Nolvadex, and luckily those are inexpensive here in the Philippines, to get my own system working again, because after you've been on TRT for about 6 months, your whole system shuts down. So my system seems to be working again. Things have returned somewhat to normal. It wasn't a pleasant experience, and hopefully over time it'll continue to get better. Because there was a period when, I mean, when your system is completely shut down and you've got no testosterone being created naturally through your endogenous system, your cojones, that's not a pleasant place to be. I mean, at one point I was like eating ice cream and watching soap operas. Another bad thing that's happened is I blew my elbow out. It's a ligament or tendon issue. It's been going on for about a month now, over a month. Been trying to rest it, but it's hard. And I've also gained back all the weight that I lost. If you originally remember, I went through a period of Sawi heartbreak a while back, and I got down. I was at 214, 215 pounds. No, it's higher than that. And I got down to 193. But now I'm back at about 209, so most of the weight that I've lost has come back. One last thing that I want to talk about, and I'm probably going to do a video on this. Again, I don't like the controversy, but I don't like being drawn into it. But ironically, what's his name? Alex Jones. Alex Jones was just banned from YouTube and Facebook and a few other places because of some of the things that he had been saying. And people are saying it's a violation of his First Amendment rights, his right to free speech. But keep in mind that these are private corporations, these are private companies, and they have to monitor their content, and they have to make sure that people aren't violating their terms of use. So it really wasn't a First Amendment or censorship thing. It was just some of the things he was saying and some of the ways he was saying it, promoting violence and stuff, wasn't good. So he got banned. But the thing when Mark Catley recently got arrested, I did a video on that, and I mentioned there was other vloggers. There was other vloggers that were engaging in live streams with him, which is, basically you're getting online. You guys are in different locations, but you're getting into this little digital room and having conversations. Or they were doing Google Hangouts, which is the same thing. And they did it a number of times, and they did it despite the fact that that their commenters, their subscribers, other vloggers, and other people were messaging them, notifying them, leaving comments, PMing, emailing, doing all that stuff, saying, listen, this guy is sketchy as all hell. He's suspected of X, Y, and Z. You probably shouldn't be, engaging in live streams with him. I mentioned one person's name or a couple people's name, I don't know. And he got upset. We ended up talking for hours, actually. It was actually good to talk to him because I've never talked to him before. He's an interesting character. And I took the videos down. And I didn't take the videos down because he threatened legal action, because he can't sue me. I'm in the Philippines. You can't sue me under Filipino law because I'm a U.S. citizen. And if he had done it under American law, it would have been try serving somebody who's living outside the United States. So it wasn't because of that. It was for a few things. First off, it was a safety issue. People on the internet are weird. Subscribers are weird. There's different tribes under different channels. People can take things out of context, and I didn't want it turning into Pizzagate and somebody doing something against the person that I mentioned. So that was the biggest issue right there. Because a friend of mine, because I was going back and forth with a buddy of mine. He's like, dude, you should probably take that down just for that reason alone. So that was the first reason I took it down. Another reason that I took it down is because I don't like that whole internet get on YouTube and talk trash or to say things about other vloggers. I've tried to refrain from that as much as possible, despite the Peter Van Dumpster stuff and Aaron Wilson stuff. That's about the worst I've gotten. And I've suffered the slings and arrows of these guys for years. Peter Van Dumpster basically created his channel attacking me and Enrique, Life Beyond the Sea there. So that was another reason. Also, we are influencers, even though I only got 30,000 subscribers. People listen to what I say, and I shouldn't be using that as a platform to do certain things and say certain things. Because again, I don't think this vlogger that I'm talking about knew exactly what Catley was doing. I don't think he did at all. But he had been warned hundreds of times from his own subscribers, his own commenters, other vloggers, and everybody else that he probably shouldn't be associating with him. And it just wasn't him. There was other vloggers going on the shows with this guy doing the same thing. And the worst was that when they did that French fry, they said they're going to create a French fry charity for this girl to buy them French fries at Jollibee's. And they were all laughing about it and stuff. And it was just disgusting. So I'm going to try to stay out of that controversy from now on. Just do what I'm doing. Try to enjoy what I'm doing. The relationship with Lynn's really good. We've been together 7 months now. She's very sweet. She's very kind. She's very affectionate. The weirdest part is the 30-year age difference. She's 21 and I just turned 51. And that's a little weird every now and then. I'm able to keep up with her. I'm able to climb mountains most of the time and do all that stuff. But as some of you know, there are relationships like that here. I've just never been in that extreme amount of age difference before. But she's a sweetheart, and year age difference. She's 21 and I just turned 50. So that's basically it. Again, thank you for your support. This channel wouldn't be what it is without subscribers, without people taking the time to leave comments, good or bad, patrons supporting what I do, because it is a lot of work and it's very little money on the AdSense side. So I really appreciate it because it's going to my future kids' college fund. Yes, future kid, because that's the reason I had to get off the TRT. It's because I didn't realize that it completely shuts down productions of certain things. So again, this is Ned over at My Philippine Dreams. Thank you again. And I'm going to be doing something. I'll be sending out something. Trying to do like a monthly hangout, bi-monthly hangout, something like that, where if you've never been to the Philippines and are thinking about it, you can ask your questions there and try to get some feedback. And I'm also going to try to offer something in the one-on-one consulting or whatever you want to call it for my limited expertise on being an expatriate in the Philippines. Until next time, my patrons, thank you once again. Peace.